Well, good evening, everybody. About 11 p.m. Saturday the 20th, and we're out here for nitro. We did figure out why it was spitting and missing. There's no, literally no electrode. That's a new one. And I've had several people say there's no way this thing's been sitting for 3 years. It's too clean, blah, 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 blah. The reason why it's clean is because I washed it. And if it wasn't so dark out, I mean, like I said, 11 o'clock at night, it's pretty well black out. I'd show you the tags when they expired. But what we're doing tonight is changing the plugs, of course. And this thing, it's 3.7 liter V6, and it's got individual coil packs on top of every spark plug. I've already done the driver's side, and I don't know about the rest of the country, let alone world. There's not a whole lot of these nitros floating around. They're kind of a oddity. But all you need is a 10 mil socket. Take that nut off right there. This lifts out, and then as you can tell, I got quite a few extensions on there to raise it up over everything so I can get to everything. And then you just change them like regular plugs. It's almost like the Hemi style heads. But this is the old radiator. I don't know how well it's going to pick up, but this thing is just bent up and twisted. Plus there's a big hole right there. It just split it wide open. And surprisingly, it did not bent the AC condenser, but it did not empty it, burst it open. So this thing blows ice cold air, which Kyler there can verify. And it doesn't look like a whole lot of damage on the outside. You get into the core support and down here, which a lot of it is plastic, it is busted up, twisted, bent. I did straighten out the best I could, but I did price everything, and my cost for shop parts was just over $300. They don't have that kind of money right now, so our main concern is just getting it running and drivable. Okay, cigarette here. Did also notice on this thing too that it has two cooling fans. It has the manual down here, and then in their core support, or no, not core support, the fan shroud had an electric one, which was seriously busted up. That's another $100 just for that. And I don't recommend doing this like I did it, but it's a temporary fix. We basically cut out the electric fan, so we still have the manual. So I left all the wiring factory and everything, so all we gotta do, pull the tanks back off, and it was two 8mm bolts, pull the whole fan shroud out, drop a new one in a spot, bolt it back up, connect the wire connection, and it's good to go. Like I said, this thing is a 2008. Tags expired in January 2010, and I know the accident was before that. It's got a little over 118,000 miles on it, which is actually pretty low. But like I said, I kid you not, it's been sitting for 3 years. We are going to wash it again. Instead of doing the clay bar, we're just going to do a hand buff, which is a pain in the butt, but it will help get all the dirt and stuff that's embedded in the clear coat out. And then after changing the plugs, if we can get it to run decent, because it was shaking really bad, we're going to hopefully bleed the brakes tonight and get this sucker out of my garage. I've got a 98 S10 Blazer coming. I got to do a 4-wheel drive switch in. And I've got a 2000 Chevy Venture van. I got to do tie rods and sway bar links and tune up to. And then I've been working on a friend's 98 Dodge Neon, basically rebuilding it. So this thing did not have a battery in it. That battery right there is actually the one out of my van. I picked this one up today. It's a little bigger. That one's only got 600 cold cranking amps and 5 something cold cranking amps. This one's 800 and 650. But got it charged and got it cleaned up. So this is second video in the series of bringing the nitro back from the dead. And the bad thing with this thing is the brakes. Everything's so tightly packed in on this thing, we actually have to take the tires off to bleed them. And that'll also give me a chance to look at the brake pads and clean up the rotors and check the calipers, make sure those aren't leaking, because this thing was bone dry on brake fluid. And it could have evaporated, it could have leaked out. We did put brake fluid in it. I didn't see anything leaking from underneath the vehicle, so cross fingers it just evaporated, and just a good bleeding and should work. But it's got a couple other check engine lights on. I think it's the electronic stability control and a couple other things are on there, but that they're gonna have taken to like a parts store and have them read it. So
that's 2 years worth of dust.
Yeah, and like I said, right here, yeah, crap there. And there's a couple years worth of dust and crap right there. And up on the roof, you can tell by the light. I mean, this thing was dusty. I mean, I got up there the best I could, but these running boards are loose on here, and with my knee I wasn't going to do a slip and slide. So we'll keep you guys updated. Y'all have a good night, and we'll talk to y'all later.